Oh, hello there. Some of you might know that I might be just a tiny little bit of a 40k fan. So, the Frontier Foundry and Complex Games coming together to publish and develop a brand new Chaos Gate game featuring the legendary Grey Knights, I had to take a look as soon as humanly possible. So, buckle up, because this is my full TLDR review on Warhammer 40k Chaos Gate Daemonhunters. And trust me, it's a goodie. Warhammer 40k Chaos Gate Daemonhunters represents the triumphant return of the Chaos Gate franchise to gamers' libraries, with the original launching in 1998 pitting the Ultramarines against the forces of Chaos. But a new Chaos Gate is less a sequel and instead heads down its own path, it is nonetheless still a turn-based tactical game in which you, the commander, lead the forces of the mysterious Grey Knights, one of the most powerful chapters in the entirety of the Imperium that was set up in the closing years of the Horus Heresy, as the Emperor foresaw the need for such a force to specialize in anti-demonic operations. Based on Titan, the moon of Saturn, the Grey Knights were originally taken from those most unwaveringly loyal to the Emperor and the Imperium, be they from traitor or loyalist legions alike, and were headed by one Nathaniel Garrow, a loyalist from the traitor Death Guard Legion. Forsaking all ties to their original legions, the newly formed Grey Knights sought to study ancient lore, forbidden grimoires, and learn all they could on how to deal with and defeat the demonic hordes. Clad in Aegis pattern power armor and Terminator armor, scribed with anti-demonic hexagrammic wards and enhancing units' own psychic powers, and wielding powerful Nemesis force weapons and cybolts, you're left in charge of the battered remnants of one strike cruiser, Baleful Edict, after prosecuting a successful campaign against the forces of Khorne, the Blood God. Though victorious, the cost is great, with the prior commander giving his life in the battle to slay the Archdemon, a bloodthirster, and with the Baleful Edict taking heavy damage in the process. On the way back to Titan for repairs, the Inquisition makes a request to board and soon commandeers the ship. As the servants of Nurgle, the Plague God's machinations are in play, and it is up to you and your battered state to take the fight against his minions once more. Chaos Gate is a turn-based tactical XCOM style game. In this context, XCOM is the style of you leading a small force of elite troops, which you can control in just every aspect to suit your tactics, to combat the enemy threat on large maps using a grid-based system to denote movement. We'll get into more about how the combat plays later on, but for now, let's focus on what the game has to offer. Chaos Gate focuses all of its attention on delivering a full, rich, single-player experience, and God knows do they succeed with a game dripping with 40k goodness in all the right ways. At its core, Chaos Gate is a pure XCOM-like, with you in command of the Baleful Edict. You can chart its course via the star map to intercept new missions and developments in your campaign. The Edict is your home, it's also your base, and contains everything you need to succeed, divided between the Stratagem, Manufactorum, and Libris. The Stratagem is your command center with access to the barracks, armory, or one of your brothers, and in this case, the Stoic Advisor Ektar. Within this area, you can monitor your Grey Knight's status, adjust their gear, and when needed, give reports to the Grand Master of the Grey Knights to appraise them of your current status. These usually resulting in hilarious confrontations with the Grand Master and the audacious Inquisitor, who had the brass balls to commandeer a Grey Knight strike cruiser. The Manufactorum is home to the upgrades for the ship and the domain of one eccentric and slightly terse tech priest Dominus, Lunette. The ship is in need of repairs, and as it can't be done in a dry dock, they're instead carried out slowly by your choice from here, allowing you to improve things like barracks capacity and warp drive speed. Finally, the Libris contains access to the research menu for various tasks, such as learning more about the Nurgle corruption and new stratagems to use in the battlefield, as well as the fierce and no-nonsense Inquisitive Vakir. Stratagems in this context are special abilities that can be used as one-off boosts in battle to turn the tide in your favor, such as granting you a knight 2 more action points during a turn. I mentioned 3 core characters as I ran through the list of ship's areas, and I'm so damn pleased to note that these really are characters. Too often we're given the core framework of what could be a decent 40k game, but it's never developed its full potential, with characters coming across as one-dimensional, as I found in, for example, Necromunda Underhive Wars. This, however, is a full-fat, delicious, mouth-watering story game with deep, interesting characters introduced to us slowly through the use of cutscenes, in-mission dialogue, and conversations. And each character is beautifully voiced to the highest standards. It's no wonder that this is the case with a narrative penned by acclaimed Black Library author Aaron Dembski-Bowden. I'll come back to the voice acting a little later on, but for now, let's turn our attention to gameplay. Combat is an all XCOM affair with 4 knights customized to your preferences deployed into combat. Those combat classes are Justicars, Purgators, interceptors, and apothecaries, and can be adjusted with their own specific equipment accordingly. Every aspect of your knight can be customized, such as the visual appearance, their name, heraldry, and armor that can be adjusted, as well as more combat-specific aspects such as the weapons they wield and the equipment they bring with them. There is a ton of playing around to do here, so I'm not going to spoil all the fun for you, but suffice to say you can tailor-make your own squad the way you like them, and have them stomping around in Terminator armor if you so damn choose. Once deployed, the normal XCOM style we've come to know and love from turn-based games takes over, with all the movement and shooting denoted by action points, or AP. With these being Space Marines, however, you can move a fair old distance with only 1 AP, and with 3 AP in total, you'll find yourself galloping across the field and still able to engage your enemy with ease. The battlefields are grid-based in design and the expected norm in this genre, but all are beautifully designed with rich detail and lots of tactical opportunities. With tons of elevation, cover, and environmental hazards, the Shrew Commander will learn to use these to their advantage. The environment really is a weapon in this game, as fuel lines can be turned into flaming fire hazards, plasma coils can blow up, and pillars can be knocked down into enemies. Heck, you can even use a manhole cover as a deadly frisbee. This ability to use the environment not only gives you a ton of bloody fun tactical options, but also makes your Marines feel like frickin' superhumans. The actual combat part of the turn is genuinely good fun and takes some of the XCOM annoyance out of the equation. We've all had the legendary miss on the 90% chance to hit, and in Chaos Gate, thankfully, there are no percentage chance to hit. If you're in range, you will hit. The only exception is if your quarry is behind full cover. The difference comes in how much damage you'll do. Damage is increased the closer range you are, though this is dependent on the weapon that you're firing, and the amount of armor the opposition has. Some heavily armored opponents require a few volleys before you've punched through the armor and able to start chipping away at their health pool. All attacks can be enhanced by psi powers, effectively increasing the amount of damage they'll do, or triggering really cool special effects, such as the psi cannon gaining explosive rounds for that round of shooting. And for melee combat, in which there is a lot in this game, things get even more interesting. This being a 40k game, melee is of course par for the course, and Chaos Gate makes these encounters really damn fun. Upon a successful critical strike, calculated at the start of the melee attack, you'll be taken into an almost Fallout that style system with which you'll be able to choose what you wish to target, that be disabling the weapon of an enemy by lobbing off their arm or stunning them, allowing for an execution move next turn. I bloody love this inclusion, and it makes the melee so damn cool and rewarding, especially with the dynamic camera giving badass slow motion shots to really revel in the combat. Of course, there are other abilities like grenades and Overwatch which are naturally available to use, as well as a whole host of others I've yet to even discover, but the combat in this game is damn satisfying and has weight and impact that I'd expect from a 40k game. While the combat and gameplay of Chaos Gate are really good, there is so much more for us to cover, so let's dive into graphics. Before I go any further, I'd just like to take a moment to thank you all so much for watching this video and ask you a quick favor. If you've been enjoying this review or any of the content I make, the best way to support is by subscribing and hitting the like button, so you'll never miss another upload. My channel is new, but it is growing all the time thanks to ladies and gentlemen like yourselves, and trust me, there is so much more on the way. Thanks for your time, let's get back to graphics. Built on the Unity engine, Chaos Gate runs smooth as butter with a nice stable 60 FPS across the entire duration of my gameplay, and that's about 10ish hours. That says a huge amount about the optimization and polish of this game, as this footage was shot from a pre-release press copy without the benefit of launch drivers and day one patches. Visually, Chaos Gate is absolutely dripping in 40k-ishness. The grandiose scale of the Baleful Edict with its towering gothic windows and cathedral-like designs are on full display, along with many of the environments encountered featuring imperial architecture. Skulls and aquillas are everywhere, along with candles and incense, and the whole world feels awesome to behold and authentic to the lore. I'd argue this is one of the most faithful recreations of this universe to date in a video game. Ordinarily, I'd argue that a more muted tone would be suitable as a color palette for a game set in the grim darkness of the far future, but with Chaos Gate, I am a convert, as the rich, beautiful colors are masterfully used to make this world and the environment look absolutely stunning, despite the desperation of the situation. From the rich reds of the Martian priesthood's robes to the azure blue of psi powers amplified by your knights, I find the whole presentation astounding. The attention to detail both on the characters and environments are also second to none, with the whole game screaming AAA to me. And the only area I felt anything less than that are the motions of the characters in cutscenes. This isn't to say they're bad, on the contrary, they serve the purpose well, but it's clear that motion capture wasn't used in these scenarios, and in a game that is so damn high-end in every other way, such an omission does stand out a bit. Nonetheless, this game is the most accurate and beautiful depiction of the 40k universe to date inside a video game, one of the very few games based in this universe I deem properly AAA. Let's take a moment now to explore the sound of Chaos Gate. Take a listen.
Excellent. I will move on ahead. There is not much time, brothers, but we must prepare for the coming battle. I can sense enemy reinforcements. Palamedes, resuscitate Uther, so you may both defend against them.
Pathetic mortal! Weakling spawn of a false god!
I am the light that banishes darkness.
Your prayers mean nothing!
I am the hammer!
You have beaten me for now, little knight! But the war I fight is eternal!
Chaos Gate's sound design is just as impressive as its visuals, and it's such a damn nice thing to say. So often, especially in 40k games, you'll have a title that looks good but doesn't sound great, or cuts corners in some areas. You'll want to love it because it's 40k, but you can't because I also critique games. In Chaos Gate, everything sounds freaking awesome. Bolters have a heavy staccato. Melee weapons sing as they slice through the air. Marines running have a gloriously heavy clomp as they maneuver over a ton of power armor across the battlefield. Teleportation sounds, ship engines, goddamn this game sounds perfect. It's clear there's been a ton of passion and love thrown into Chaos Gate to get it sounding like this, as let's be frank, there is a ton of visual reference material out there, but there is much less audio material to be used by the audio engineers as reference. Chaos Gate truly is now the benchmark in my mind. The music complements this beautifully, with some of the best I've heard since Battlefleet Gothic or Space Marine. Epic sounding choral arrangements overlaid to cinematic sounding scores help sell the tone and environment, with slower, more pensive tracks when you're aboard the Edict. Composer Doyle Donehoo has done a fantastic job. The voice talent too is absolutely on point with Chaos Gate. Every single character sounds perfect. Cultists sounding maniacal and maybe taking just a few pointers from those old beloved ones of Dawn of War, and with voice talent from the likes of Andy Serkis on board, a man you should know from Lord of the Rings as Gollum and Ulysses in Marvel's Black Panther. This is some of the best VO work I've heard since Mark Strong voiced Captain Titus in Space Marine. Let's round things out with a business model. Right now, Chaos Gate is available to pre-order on Steam and Epic Games Store for £34.99, $44.99, and €44.99, or your regional equivalent for the standard version, and £44.99, $54.99, and €54.99 for the Castellan Champion Edition. This Champion Edition features a unique playable character, Castellan Carrion Crow, and the game's original soundtrack, one I'll be listening to for sure. And this does a very, very good job of justifying the increased cost, and the overall asking price is extremely reasonable at this point, especially for such a damn good game. Chaos Gate really is the real deal. In a year set with plenty of 40k game launches such as the Necron DLC for Battle Sector, the upcoming Darktide later this year, and Space Marine 2 in development on the horizon, Chaos Gate kicks the door down of my every expectation and riddles the notions this would be a second-rate half-base experience with Cybolt rounds. This is a AAA full-send experience, some of the best 40k gameplay I've had the privilege of enjoying full stop. Chaos Gate gets my full 5-star rating as a tactically rich, beautifully presented, audibly gorgeous and immersive turn-based tactical game, and does the legendary 40k franchise all the justice it deserves. And it elevates our expectations as gamers to a brand new level. Bravo, Complex Games, you guys have done a wonderful job. So you made it to the end of the video. Well done to you, and thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed anything I've produced here today, hit that subscribe button and also hit that thumbs up. Also, what did you think about the game? Tell me in the channel description down below. I read all the comments, believe it or not, and I'd love to know your opinions on what you think about Warhammer 40k Chaos Gate Daemonhunters. Trust me, it's a good one. Also, all the social media are in the channel description down below, such as my Twitch stream, Twitter, Discord, the whole 9 yards, with TikToks there as well. Go and take a look at that and follow for more content coming in the not too distant future. By the way, I stream on Twitch Tuesday through Friday. Come hang out. And if nothing else, thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.